You taking it all in, darling?
I think I'm going to start cooking in high heels because this height difference is just ridiculous. Anyway, back to my normal height. It's like elevator going up,
going
elevator
down.
going down.
Revenge.
It's not a chess pie, it's not a pecan pie, but it is a transparent pie.
Transparent pie. So does that mean it's hard to see?
I have no idea why it's called a transparent pie.
You can see me.
We had quite a few suggestions to make this pie from the folks in Kentucky. So this is one of those staples that's in Kentucky, but apparently not everybody in Kentucky knows what it is.
What about Steve? Steve Williams, he's from Kentucky.
Steve, do you know? But I tell you who told us about this as well as Jeffera, who told us to make this pie. But should I tell you who does know about transparent pie and apparently has it quite often?
Cowboy Ken.
No, George Clooney.
Really?
Yeah, he was from Kentucky.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, and he likes transparent pie. So let's find out if we're gonna like transparent pie. I made this pastry dough last night, so it's been sat in the refrigerator overnight, and it is a buttery pastry dough with a pinch of salt, which you can follow the recipe in the description down below. We're just going to roll this out to 12 inches and use it in a 9-inch pie dish. I think you'd become chief roller in this relationship. So transparent pie apparently goes back to the frontier days, so back in the, I think it was the 1800s. So it's been a long-standing recipe, but I think the origins are a bit disputed or unclear. But it was made back in the days when there wasn't a lot of ingredients available, and transparent pie became one of those things that was made from what ingredients were available and before you needed a refrigerator as well. It looks a lot like a chess pie, which we have tried before, so if you've not seen that video, you can check out us trying chess pie for the first time, but don't click it until you watch this video. Also, they say it's a bit like a pecan pie without the pecans.
Ooh.
Now there are differences because there's different ingredients in all of these pies, but from looks, apparently it looks a little bit similar. You guys at home have been incredibly kind to us because when we've made pies before and we've made the pie shells of our homemade pastry dough, you said if it doesn't look quite on point, then you can tell it's not homemade, and homemade is always the best. Now as ever with our pie dough, never looks quite on point, does it? Look at this. I mean, it looks like somebody's been nibbling at the corners. I'm going to just trim this bit and attempt to patch up that bit. I'm actually not going to do any of the pretty fancy things or crimping on the side because when I do it, it always goes wrong. So I'm just going to leave it as it is and let it do its thing and be rustic. We're going to pop it into the refrigerator for about 30 minutes.
You taking it all in, darling?
I think I'm going to start cooking in high heels because this height difference is just ridiculous. Anyway, back to my normal height. It's like elevator going up,
going
elevator
down.
going down.
And I haven't got shoes on either.
Well, I hope you're not wearing high heels. We're going to make the filling to go into the pie case that we've already made, and we're going to pop in to our KitchenAid some melted butter and some sugar. Now this one's quite naughty because it's not just 1 cup of sugar, it's 2.
I like the way you use the word some sugar.
And we're just going to mix this a little bit on medium speed.
I'm going to step back because I've got Alissa here. Hey, if I get back here, we're like the same height. How far back do I go before we're the same height?
Keep going, keep going, keep
I'll
going.
be outside.
Okay, next we've got 4 beaten eggs. So these are going in, and apparently this is like a custard style with a slight eggy taste, so a little bit similar to a chess pie. Can you remember the chess pie?
Yeah, nice.
So in with the eggs.
That does look very, very naughty.
In with a teaspoon of vanilla.
Oh, you've got a steadier hand than I have. I've drunk enough coffee to take down an elephant. My hands are very, very shaky.
And then with that, I just dropped the lid anyway. Then in with some heavy whipping cream.
It just got a lot naughtier.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I was just looking at it like another ingredient and not the calories. Guys, I cocked up a little bit there. I should have added the cream, whipped it up, and then I should have added the eggs, but I got a bit egg happy and just chucked the eggs in far too early. So if you are going to make this recipe, make sure you follow the one that we're going to link in the description and don't copy what I'm doing because I may have just screwed this up completely and we might not have a transparent pie. We might just have a messy pie.
Eggy pie.
An eggy pie. But I'm going to just carry on and hope for the best.
We feel like we're jet lagged, don't we?
I don't know if I can still blame baby brain, but I've definitely got something going on that's not right.
Yeah, me.
We need to add 2 tablespoons of flour. So there's 1 and 2.
Let us know in the comments below, are you enjoying these little bloopers? Or would you prefer not to see them? But let us know in the comments below. And if you are enjoying this video, give it a like. And of course, we would love you to hit that subscribe button.
Okay, we've got to pop this into that pie case.
Oh, it looks good. Smells good as well.
We've got the oven preheated to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're just going to pop the filling into this pie case and then cook it for 45 minutes. So, now guys, is this texture completely wrong? Let us know in the comments down below. The recipe does say to use a pie shield because I guess it is cooking for quite long, at 45 minutes. So pop that pie shield on.
Good, those little pie shells, aren't they? Really good idea, really good idea.
I think it's absolutely amazing because I've tried using like a foil shield before and it just ends up blowing off in the oven.
Blows off, does it?
Yeah. Right, let's put this into the oven for 45 minutes. Okay, so this has been in the oven a little bit longer than I anticipated because it wasn't quite set in. Let's have a look to see if it's still jiggly. It does smell really good. When it was cooking, you could smell like the caramelization going on. Probably these slightly darker patches on the pie itself. It has got a slight jiggle to it, but we're gonna let this come down to room temperature and then we're gonna do the all important taste test. If when we come to cut this pie, it just oozes and does not set, then we know we've done it wrong and we'll do a take 2 and we'll remake this pie.
Taste test time! Oh.
I want to go first.
Okay, I got no idea what to expect from this. This is just...
Neither have I.
Elana, straight in for the cake. Or pie. Pie.
Are you serious?
What? No good? No bueno?
Try a little bit of this bit. It's meant to be a bit custardy. What's the verdict?
10 out of 10.
How many?
10 out of 10.
Does that mean you like it then? No? Go on then, David, you try.
Okay, I'll try and get a bit of the custard, a bit of the pastry. There's quite a contrast between the custardy bit and the pastry. All I'm tasting is the sugar.
Okay.
I'm not really tasting much else.
Well, you can tell she didn't like that dessert because she's left it on the table and she's made a quick exit.
The texture's different.
Okay, well this might be because I've got the recipe wrong, so we might need to actually make this one again.
It's not bad. It's certainly not bad.
I think the pastry's slightly overcooked going by the texture because we did cook it a bit longer to get it to set, but let's try. Okay, here goes nothing. I'm getting an egg. It's not bad. It's definitely not bad. I don't know whether the texture's wrong because it kind of almost feels like you have got like a sugary element and it's not kind of blended together, and I'm not sure whether in messing up the recipe or in the cooking process because we cooked it for longer, maybe things are separated a little. I'm quite okay with it though.
It tastes good. It's not horrible, but it's not up there with pecan pie or anything like that, for me.
I now get what they mean by the recipe. It does look a little bit like pecan pie, but it has got that certain element of a pecan pie about it without the pecans. That sweetness. Do you know what? I reckon I didn't screw up the recipe as badly as I could have done. And I think it's actually tasting quite good. I think it's all right. It's not up there with some of my favourite desserts, but I'm certainly going to eat it.
Right, just before we give our marks out of 10, if you like this video, give it a like. And of course, we would love you to come over and subscribe and hit the notification bell because we've got some cracking videos coming up. You don't want to miss those. Right, marks out of 10. I'm going to go first. I'm going to go for a 7 out of 10.
I was expecting you to go a lot lower than that because of what you were saying. Because I too am going to go for a 7 out of 10.
Oh, yeah. The initial texture was a bit strange for me. It tasted good, and I have to say, like, the aftertaste now is still quite nice in my mouth. Even though I finished my mouthful, it is still quite nice. So I think a 7 is a good, for me, representation for this.
What you said about texture, it's not a flan texture that was bizarre for us. This is a good texture. It reminds me a bit of a creme brulee, albeit a different texture. It's almost like a bit of a grittier texture, maybe a bit sugary rather than smoother, creamy. Especially these caramelised bits on top. You have a bit of those, they taste lovely. It tastes like when you do a creme brulee on top. I think it's quite a good dessert, actually.
We had so much fun making this. We hope you enjoyed it too. And all that leaves this little and ever-growing family to say is...
Take care.
God bless.
And see you in the next video.